So I've actually never told anyone this. Oh dear, she's gonna get a bit tipsy in it. Am I drunk already? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Dutchy. Is it a little bit embarrassing that I'm dressed to go out, but I'm literally gonna just get changed back into my pajamas after this video? Maybe. But how cute is this top from Glassons? Like, I actually love her. Yes. So as you have probably read by the title of this video, I just wanted to sit down and answer some of your uncomfortable TMI awkward AF questions while becoming
slightly intoxicated.
And now for those of you who may think I have a youthful appearance, in which most situations I would say thank you, I am 24 years old, believe it or not. In fact, I'm turning 25 in April. I am well above legal drinking age, and I also do not condone or encourage anyone to drink alcohol until you are of legal age. So with all of that being said, let's get into this tipsy Q&A. My God, I feel tipsy already and I haven't had a drop. Today's drink of choice is Gordon's Pink Gin. Absolutely love this stuff. Yes. Oh dear, she's gonna get a bit tipsy in it. I apologize. I've been watching so many British YouTubers recently, just binging them, and I just love their accents, and I love that they say peng when something's like. So yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize for any accent I put on in this video. It's only going to get worse with drinking. Also, yes, I'm drinking a pre-mixed drink out of a wine glass. Don't come for me. Hello. It's pretty, it's a nice color. Stop. Okay, let's get right into it. How are your nipple piercings? I thought about getting one, but I am a little scared. I only have one done currently, and honestly, this Q&A is all about being honest, people. It's still healing, and it's been a year now. Low-key, don't think it's unusual for it to take that long to heal. I've heard a lot of stories about it taking a long time. Mine got a little bit infected, but that was just from being too rough with my partner, and that was like my own fault when it wasn't healed, so that's totally on me. It's good though, like I love it. I just don't think it's fully healed yet. It's still, I don't know, I go through weeks of it hurting and then weeks of it being completely fine. So if you're in it for the long haul, you know that it's going to take a little while to heal. I mean, yours might heal super fast, you might not have any issues, or you might have issues for a while. But I love it, I think it's worth it, but it really hurts to get done. Am I about to get lit? Okay, kinky people, here's one for you. How do I be more forward with my girlfriend while getting consent for being kinky and getting kinky? Oh my gosh, hello. Honestly, as you said, consent is so important. Consent is key. Consent is sexy. I think the important thing here is do not have a conversation about it in the moment. I think this is a conversation that you're going to have separately when you're not in the mood. Or I guess you could even bring it up over text when you're talking about it. If you're both like sexting or getting a little like horny, you could always approach the topic. But yeah, definitely have a conversation about it outside of the bedroom beforehand. Tell her what you're into, what you want to do to her, or with her consent would want to do to her. Make her super comfortable about it. And then obviously, yeah, if she's not into it, that's not something that you'll approach with her. But yeah, have a conversation outside of the bedroom and let me know how you go. Okay, how do I masturbate on my period? It's so messy, but I'm so horny. So horny, horny, horny. Oh my God. Am I drunk already? More often than not, us girls are more horny before or on our periods because all of the hormones, like it's happening up in there. We're more horny. Just pop a towel down. There's nothing wrong with a bit of self-loving on your period. I've done it on my period, off my period. Nothing wrong with it. If you're worried about it being messy, do it in the shower. Take your toy or whatever in the shower, or just do it in the bath. And it's also not dirty or anything. I know you mean like messy as in like you might get it on your sheets and stuff, but like there's nothing dirty about masturbating on your period. Period. Okay, we are getting truthful in this video, but it's what it's all about. It's tipsy Q&A, you're welcome. Have you ever had a threesome? Are you interested in having one with someone? So I've actually never told anyone this, including my boyfriend or my housemates. In fact, we were having a conversation about this the other night and I said no, but I have. Yeah. No one actually knows about it, but now you all do, so you're welcome. Am I interested in having one with someone? No, like I've done it. Would I do it again? If I was single, yes. In a relationship, no, I don't feel the need to. I guess But I also have no issue with couples doing that to spice it up a little bit, or like, you know, it's cool. It's each to their own. It's your first time having sex with a girl or a guy. So many sex questions, you people. My first time having sex was actually with a guy. Genuinely can't stop burping. It's an issue. Have you got any advice for people that want to go on the pill / to a gynecologist? I need help. My advice would be go, honestly. You don't have to go to a gynecologist to get the pill. You can go to a doctor, but I would suggest going to a female doctor. In my experience, they've just been a lot more insightful, and they talk a lot more about the symptoms you can have and the implications that the pill can actually have further down the line, which I was never told about, which many of my girlfriends that are on the pill now or have been on the pill were never spoken about. It's actually completely messed with my gut, and that's a whole other story. But you can go to any doctor, either go to a female doctor, or you can go to a gynecologist, obviously, if you want to check up, get your pap smear, that sort of thing. And I don't actually know if a gynecologist can prescribe a pill. Don't know, but maybe they can. But yeah, go to a doctor and a gyno. I think it's super important. Ask your mum or a trusted adult, and yeah, go from there. Oh, a biological question. Is squirting or female ejaculation the same as pee, or is it entirely different? I've had a few conversations about this, and I've Googled it a few times, and I believe there are elements of urine in squirt, like female ejaculation, but it's not completely. Let me just Google that for a quick tick. Okay, so this says, yes, friends, squirting is real and it's not pee, or at least not entirely. Female ejaculation is one of those things that's still considered mysterious and is hotly debated. This is what WebMD says. So this says there are 2 types of female ejaculate. Squirting fluid, usually colorless and odorless, occurs in large quantities, and ejaculate fluid, this type more closely resembles male semen, typically thick and appears milky. So people actually don't know fully what it is. I think it might be partly urine, but I think it's a mix of other, like fructose and stuff by the looks of it. What's the difference for you between a strong friendship and romantic interest in someone? That's a really good question. I think when I'm romantically interested in someone, I want to be around their family. I want to get to know every single part about them. I see a life with them. I see a future with them, whereas I don't, like, obviously I see my friends in the future and I see us being friends in the future, but I don't see myself like living with them or having kids with them or marrying them. I think that's what the difference is. I know I'm sounding stupid by saying it's a different feeling, but it is. It's deeper. Yeah. I'm about to hook up with a dude for the first time. What should I know? Consent is everything. Consent is the most important, as well as protection. Use that condom, girl. And just make sure that you're both super comfortable. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to stop at any time if either of you aren't feeling comfortable. You don't have to go the whole way if you're feeling like not into it. Yeah, so main things: consent, protection, and it's okay to stop at any point. And also just have fun. Like, try not to get too caught up in it. I know you can feel super awkward and scared, but try not to get too caught up in that. Have fun, and hopefully it's with someone you trust, so that'll make it all that much easier. I feel really uncomfortable being touched but still want to be sexually active. Any advice? I think this kind of just sounds like the will to be sexually active is there, but maybe you haven't done enough self-discovery. I'm not 100% sure, but I would probably just start discovering yourself, start discovering what you like, what you don't like. Maybe invest in some sex toys, listen to some sex positive podcasts, become more comfortable with the thought of it. Because you obviously sound like you want to be, so there's no like aversion to that, but I think it's totally normal to feel a bit uncomfortable about being touched by someone else if you don't like or know what you want first, if that makes sense. Hey, Dutchy with the tips. Hello. I tell you what, this is going down a mother-hecking treat. How can you know if you're over your ex? Hey, good question. I think when you stop thinking about them all the time, wanting to talk to them, wanting to text them, checking up on them, like checking their socials, I think that is when you're over them. You stop caring about who they might be with or who they're doing things with. Not necessarily like a new partner, but like whether you're missing out on their attention or being with them. I think that is a massive sign that you're over them. They're not someone that controls your thoughts or your conscious. They're not always in there. It's when that starts to fade away. I think that is when you start to get over someone or are over someone. How old were you when you got your first period? I still remember it to this day. I was in the Singapore Changi airport airport. I would have been 14 or 15. And I wanted to we had a layover there, like a stopover for like 8 or 9 hours. So my parents and I got a hotel just in the airport. And I wanted to go, there was a rooftop pool and I was obsessed with pools. So dad and I were gonna go for a swim up there. Mum was gonna come up for a sunbake. I went to the bathroom to put my bathers on and was like, Mom! Freaking out, why is there blood in my pants? And yeah, I got my period. And because I was super duper young and inexperienced with using tampons, like the thought of it freaked me out at that point. So I wasn't going to do that. My mum gave me a pad and I went up and had to watch my dad play around in the pool. I was very sad and that was it. That was my period story. Thoughts on friends with benefits? Ever been in that situation? Oh lordy, yep. I know I could never do it again. I've done it twice and it just gets messy. It depends who you do it with. I think it can work between the two right people. It can work. It just got messy. Feelings got involved. But if you can make it work and it's the two right people, honestly, love it. Go for it. It's awesome. Awesome way to get experience. Awesome way to have fun without any commitment. It's great. But I don't know, not for me. Again. Ever had anal sex? I mean, I'm being fully transparent on here. No, I haven't. I'm open to it. I'm open to the idea. I think it's super intimate. I think it's cool. And I think it's definitely something I want to try. But no, to this day, I have not had anal sex. Breakup advice. Oh, your girl is here for that. Breakup advice. Hey, the thing is, if you're asking me for breakup advice, you should probably break up with them. If you're thinking about breaking up with someone, you're already past, you're too far gone. You've made your decision and now it's just how you're gonna go about it. And I know that might be a lot to take in, but sis, it is the truth and nothing but the truth. If you are thinking about breaking up with someone, you should. In terms of advice, it's never a fun time. There's never a right time. You might be in a space where you've been together for a while and you're thinking, well, we have this event in 2 weeks and then we've got this together and then we have my pop's birthday, and there's never going to be a right time. You just need to find a time where you can have that conversation, say it's not working out for you, and say that you just need some space or you need some time to do you. I think it's always a good idea to pop it back on you, even if you're not happy with how they're treating you or how the situation is, or if you've just lost feelings. It's, I think, a lot softer and a lot easier. Put it back on you. Be like, hey, like, I'm really not feeling myself lately. I feel like I need to be by myself. I feel like I need to do some self-discovery. I feel like I need to grow a bit as an individual by myself, all those sorts of things. Because no matter how true it is, and obviously this is in a situation where they haven't like hurt you seriously or done anything awful to you. But if nothing's really happened and you've just lost feelings, it is so much easier to pop it on yourself and take as much blame off them or whatever as possible. It's the softest blow. It's going to hurt regardless, but if you do it and pop it back on you, say, look, I just need to do me for a while. I think that's an easier way to go about it. I just think don't put it off. My biggest advice would be do not put it off any longer than you need to. Trust me, my ex and I put it off for way too long and it didn't really do any harm. It just wasn't doing any good. Is having sex for the first time awkward? Look, it can be. I don't think it needs to be, but it's certainly not like the most comfortable situation ever. It's completely foreign to you. It's an act that you've never completed before, that the other person or the other party possibly never has either. You don't know exactly what you're doing. You mildly know what you're doing, but it can be. Yeah, I won't lie, it can be awkward, but yeah, as long as it's with someone that you trust, you're both comfortable enough with each other to talk things through, to laugh when it gets awkward, those sorts of things, that's all that matters. As long as you're both consensual to it, it's gonna be a bit awkward, but it's gonna be fun, most of all. Time for a top up. Hello. How do I get rid of major razor bumps and irritation down there? I don't use anything scented. Oh, I was actually suffering really bad with razor burn, razor bumps, and ingrown hairs about a month or so ago. Like literally every time I shaved, I went to my pharmacy and bought something called bump eraser. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you're from Australia or not, but I think it's an Australian product. And I just put that on afterwards. I just put it on anywhere that I've shaved, especially like down there area. I put it on my underarm sometimes too to avoid like any irritation there. It's pretty inexpensive and it worked a treat. Like I haven't had an ingrown since. Also just make sure that you exfoliate every area before you shave it. That really helps as well. And just make sure you're shaving in line with the hair, the way it's growing. This is funny. Okay, what is going down on a girl like versus a guy? Is one harder than the other? No pun intended, lol. Well, yes, one is harder than the other. But in terms of difficulty, no. I think it's easier to go down on a guy, to be honest. There's not too much that you have to nail there. I think with a girl, you need to focus on more areas than just one. What's it like? Fun? I don't really know what you're asking for there. I don't know. I think maybe you don't pay more attention because like you still have to pay attention to other things with a guy as well. I think girls is harder to get right. I think it's harder to get the right spot and like do multiple things at once. I think when you're giving a guy head, it's pretty easy to get at least one thing right and then they're happy. But yeah, I don't know. I think if we're talking difficulty, I would give going down on a girl a little bit more, just purely because you have to pay more attention and do a few more things. But honestly, both fun. How am I supposed to be able to kiss someone when I never have before? Try not to put too much pressure on it. I know it's like a big deal. Your first kiss is like something you'll always remember, those sorts of things. I think it's handy to go in with as little pressure around it as possible. Honestly, it feels right. You'll know when. So like, don't worry about when to or when the right time is. You will know when because you will feel it. And I think it's just about like leaning in, close your eyes and just like let it happen. That's all I pretty much have. Oh, we still have a few more cues here, people. Okay, what are some ways to pleasure yourself without sex toys? Honey, you've come to the right gal. I fully only got sex toys maybe a year or two ago. Like I was manual stimming. For the longest time. Sometimes I still do. Like I don't always use toys. They're just fun. Literally just use your fingers, use your hands. There's other things you can use. I'm not going to expose what I used to use as a child because, oh dear, maybe one day. But like there's other things you can use, and I think just like self-discovery with your fingers, as long as they're like clean and washed and whatever, is just as good sometimes. Okay, so many questions regarding this. Have you thought of making a video with your boyfriend? We would love to know him, or would like to get to know him. Probably. We've thought about it. I've talked about it. It's been mentioned. He's not opposed to the idea. But he has been in a few vlogs previously, so I'm sure he'd love to get involved with a video soon. Okay, I don't know if y'all are taking the piss, but I got so many questions on how long does it take you to poo? And I'm a really open person, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer it. It honestly doesn't take me long. I think I'm the most efficient shitter in my friendship group. i.e., if I go to the toilet, no one could tell if I was doing a number one or a number two. And if they thought I was doing a number two, I'd come out and they'd think I'd done a number one. I'm efficient, what can I say? Oh God. If you've ever done it with a girl, how was your first experience? Love you. Love you too. I have a couple of times, and my first time was nothing short of amazing. It was natural, it was kind of magic. Hot, passionate, aggressive, bit kinky. I don't know what else you want me to say. How do you shave? I always exfoliate like the morning before or the day before or whatever, just to avoid any ingrown hairs, because they are not fun and they are painful and super inconvenient. And then I actually use baby oil at the moment, but you can use coconut oil, shaving cream, like anything unscented, because you don't want to throw off your pH balance. You can just like Google what different things you can use to shave with, and then you always get like a fresh razor. There's nothing worse than using a blunt razor, because that can give you razor burn, bumps, ingrowns as well. I change my razors almost weekly, maybe not quite weekly, but close to. And then I always shave downwards, like the way the hair is growing. Has anyone ever walked in on you having sex? You walked in on someone else? Disgust. I personally have never walked in on anyone else having sex. Thank God. I don't think I could do it. I think it would just stay etched in my memory forever. I have had people walk in on me. I had my high school boyfriend, his mum, like his entire family came home one day. We didn't think anyone was going to be home, and yeah, his mum, his auntie, his cousins all ran into his room shouting his name, and we were in his bed, and his mum was not happy. Let's just say that. Can you be bisexual but homoromantic? How would you find out? By the way, I love your content. Thank you so much. I actually just recorded a podcast on being biromantic homosexual. So yes, I think you can be bisexual homoromantic, which is the opposite. Yes, and I guess you would just find out with time, find out with experience, your thoughts evolving, your attraction evolving. Does eating a girl out taste good? PS, love you and your videos. Love you so much. Yeah. I don't think you can compare it really to anything, but like, yeah, obviously in the moment and when you're horny and like you want to pleasure a girl, yeah, it doesn't taste bad. I've never eaten a girl out and it tastes bad. Is that your natural hair color? No, she's a natural redhead, or strawberry blonde, some may say. I'm actually really thinking about going back to my natural hair color and getting some extensions because I miss my long-ish hair badly, and I don't know, kind of over the blonde. Is needing affection weird? I'm sad, can I hug you kind of thing? I don't think that's weird. I think we all go through stages of feeling like that and just needing a hug. I think I ask my boyfriend that every time I'm with him. Are you a key smash gay? What do you think? Comment down below. I'm so terrible at flirting. I always get sent to the friend zone. How does one flirt with a cute boy or girl? Is there a magic potion to drink or what? Oh, trust me, you are asking the wrong person. I was never able to establish that fine line between flirting and being friendly. I would flirt with people I was being friendly with and friendly with people I was flirting with, and I just think establishing where that line of friendliness is and going over playfully, I think that's how you flirt. I think emojis really help define, like, be the difference between flirting and being nice, in some instances anyway. Unfortunately not, there is no magic potion. How do you tell a girl you like her, or how to get a girlfriend if you're closeted? I think you can get a girlfriend if you're closeted. It's up to you who you tell. So if like you and this girl are getting along and she asks you out, or you ask her out and you're dating, you don't have to plaster it everywhere. You don't have to put it all over social media or tell all your friends. You can honestly have a cute little secret relationship if that's both where you're at. Obviously, it can be hard if one of you is out and one of you isn't, but it just depends on the individuals. I think it's about confiding in someone and trusting someone that isn't going to tell anyone else. I think that's your best bet in coming out to someone or dating someone that you like, making sure they won't tell anyone else. I think you just have to put your trust in the right person. How do you slide into a girl's DMs? Very important since we're all in lockdown. I've always just done it by complimenting them, or like saying something about their outfit or their latest post, like reacting to their post, those sorts of things, sending it back to them saying you look so good in this. You could also just slide into a DM how you would message them any other way. Hey, how's it going? Hey, what are you up to today? Or, you know, like, what's your favorite song at the moment? Something that they will reply with, and something that's not boring, just like hey or hi. No one wants to receive hey or hi. How can we connect with other LGBTQ plus people during lockdown? Good question. TikTok, Twitter, really, really good spaces inclusive of the LGBTQ plus community. There's LGBTQ plus groups on Facebook. You just have to search them and join them, and there's lots of like-minded individuals in those. But honestly, I think TikTok and even Instagram groups, TikTok and Instagram groups are your best bet. I'm slurring my words, thank you. Is it normal to feel heartbroken over someone even though you never dated them? I wouldn't say normal, but it can definitely happen. I've had that happen with guys and girls. You've just been seeing them for a while and then they either ghost you or they start dating someone else out of nowhere and you're just like, but we were talking every day for like 3 months, so what's this? I think it can happen. I think it's more maybe disappointment, what could have been, which really can be hard to get over. But I don't think that's unusual. If someone asks, do you prefer boys or girls? What do you say? I say it's none of your business. No. It depends who's asking. I don't really have a preference. That would be my answer. For a while I preferred girls, but sexuality is so fluid. And at the moment, honestly, I don't have one. It's who I end up crushing on and dating. But yeah, but if I had one, I'd probably be honest, depending on who was asking. And if you don't want to be honest or you don't want to answer that and you feel like it's not their business, just be like, I don't owe you that information. Peace out. And the last question I have here is how to deal with homophobic family, extended and intermediate, who don't know you're LGBTQ because you're in the closet. I think this one is all about education. I think it's about telling them, like, so if they're being homophobic, obviously outwardly, because you know they've obviously said some things or talked in a certain way about it, educating them on how wrong it is, how that is not okay to be speaking like that. You can have your opinion, but please do not say that around you. And the only scary thing with that is a lot of the time people's defense mechanism, when you tell them or call them out for something that's not okay, they'll be like, what, are you gay or something? Or what, are you a lesbian, you know? So definitely be prepared for that and for that sort of retaliation. But honestly, in that situation, education is the best thing you can do. Just educating them, being like, hey, Uncle John, hey, whoever, it's not okay to say that. In 2021, we're not standing for this. Like, you can't say that, or please don't say that when I'm around, or that makes me feel uncomfortable, or that it makes me upset that you feel that way. Those sorts of things is what I would suggest. But again, it depends on the situation, depends on the family members and how they're going to react. Oh well, Dutchy fam, that's all I have time for today. Feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling fine. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions, and thank you so much if you are still here and you've made it to the end of the video. You are the real MVPs. This was fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.